Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. If you want to know how to get back your ex-girlfriend and boyfriend, click the link below.
Learned my friend ripped off on his GF with a mutual friend a couple of months earlier. I do not know what to do. Let me preface this by claiming all of us belong of a pal team and also all of us are fairly close. So back in November of 2021 my friend team chose to host a Friendsgiving before all of us left for wintertime break in a couple of weeks, and also it was a good time. Everybody however me had fairly a lot to consume, however I had to work the next early morning so I opted out for the night. They were all exceptionally, as well as I imply, exceptionally drunk. Like to the point where talking was so difficult they seemed like a lot of 1-year-olds. After I left for the evening they all got involved in bed as well as cuddled. Two of our pals are a pair as well as they are a lovable couple. So snuggling is quite usual for those two, but everybody else was new. This is where points obtain negative. My best friend and also our mutual friend were cuddled up as well as he began kissing her. He was with his present partner for regarding 7 or 8 months at this moment I believe. They eventually stood up to go to the apartment, theater space, as well as made love. The only reason any individual else learned was because there were safety and security video cameras in there, and also the bad safety guy functioning that night had actually watched the whole thing live and spoke to the structure owner directly. Afterwards the proprietor called the couple and also one other close friend that are on the lease for that home and also showed them the tape. This happened soon after the event. They claimed that it came completely out of left field and didn't recognize what to do. They challenged friend and mutual friend soon after finding out and never ever brought it up once more. Currently, at the time my buddy was living with me in my apartment since his parents had simply moved out of state and also had no place else to remain, so everybody else assumed he would certainly tell me the following day when we were with each other. He didn't. Fast forward a couple of months today we were all hanging out in alcohol consumption at the home pool and we had quite a bit to consume. Well, mutual friend had a psychological breakdown and claimed she is thinking about informing friend's partner concerning that night at Friendsgiving since she felt so negative as well as cannot stop thinking about it. I asked what she indicated as well as every person came forward and also informed me what took place as well as just how they found out. I was floored. Buddy had actually done some stupid things in the past, yet I never ever saw this coming. Every person was shocked to hear that I never ever understood as well as they assumed friend informed me. I chatted with mutual friend as well as informed her not to say anything, and also I required to chat with friend on my own. She agreed, as well as I informed her I will certainly still be holding her liable as well, as she screwed up also and requires to step forward quickly. I faced best friend and also asked him if he was happy in his existing connection. He said yes, as well as I dug much deeper. I asked him if he was solitary and he said no. We talked a lot more about it, yet I didn't state that I recognized anything. I told him I was worried about him and will be talking to him about this again quickly. And we split to visit our separate houses. I don't know what to do. Do I tell his sweetheart now or do I talk with him to try to obtain him to be sincere? I'm so harmed that he even did this. It's really opened my eyes to his character and also I'm so depressing, yet I feel so sorry for his bad girlfriend. I'm unsure what to do. Below are the best comments, advices that I gathered for this remarkable story. Nearly all close friends recognized and nobody informed the bad partner. Weigh a number of shish. TFUL people you're close friends with. When she discover the dishonesty will be not just from both cheaters, yet from you all. As the one in a similar circumstance being ripped off on while our entire mutual friend circle learnt about it for a minimum of a year, I can claim a pair points. When the cheated on GF discovers what happened, whether it be from spontaneously discovering it or by getting disposed by the ops friend, they will instantaneously understand exactly how totally alone they are as well as just how deeply prone they have actually been as well as didn't even recognize it. They will question their own feeling of reality, their social judgment, their ability to secure themselves from exploitation, and even whether they can trust anyone at all. Some form of this is coming, it's simply a matter of exactly how everything breaks down and when. In tandem with number 1, relying on the personality type the cheated on GF has, these awareness will be varying levels of psychologically terrible for her and also could lead to unpredictable outcomes. Maybe they let all of it roll off a duck's back, possibly they'll remove the entire group, what I did. Possibly they'll relocate away, perhaps even look for hardcore therapy and therapy simply to move on. Once again, something like these outcomes are on the horizon, no matter. This is a magnificent dishonesty, it will certainly produce stunning pain for he or she. Maybe an excellent idea for OP to think about just how alcohol contributed in the whole harmful situation. Often individuals make use of deliberately extreme inebriation as a googe card after the reality. Likewise the instance with my ex-lover spouse. There's a reasonable impulse to mind one's own company, that op shares below, to really feel conflicted, and I make certain they really hope that all the people either in the know or entailed directly will pick the healthiest path ahead. What several do not understand is exactly how different team psychology is from an individual's. As well as the clearest sign of that in this situation, is exactly how op explains their quandary and also exactly how they rationalize their very own recurring hesitance to divulge what they already recognize. There could be far more to this between buddy as well as cheated on GF, far worse actions on friends component, that op isn't even familiar with yet. I don't claim this to load onto them in any way, it's an all-natural emotion to stay clear of exploding an entire good friends team over something another person is doing. However with teams, there's always a method to reason and let another person tell them, or to wait on this to settle, etc. under the assumption that definitely someone will certainly spill the beans to he or she once it becomes untenably apparent that it's entangling the team's cohesion. Yet, as background reveals with much more extreme and awful instances, great individuals can observe truly awful things and afterwards not do anything about it. Somebody that gets on the target side of this equation will not provide one shish asterisk t that any individual was just attempting to prevent upsetting the apple cart or avoid dipping into their individual organization or prevent crossing boundaries in the friendship. They will just feel betrayed, alone, doubtful of their selections and, possibly most notably, they'll find themselves with no of the close friendships they assumed they had, at just the minute the trauma takes place. In all honesty? Plainly ops principles is weighing on them. Op should simply inform the cheated on friend what they recognize. Possibly, probably, they lose relationships over it, maybe even with her. Yet it's the best thing to do, to quicken completion of an excruciating period of time that's coming for GF despite just how this cleans, at this moment. A lot of these dishonesties already took place, the buddies group is junk, emo, as well as op can't change that currently. Yet even if only to settle their own principles, they need to locate the determination, rise above and also find out a way to assist put this away. It's specifically what I desire was provided for me. Help the person take control and also feel empowered to decide on their own what to do. Do not compel this kind of embarrassment upon them. As long as they remain in the dark, they just cannot. Let the mutual do what she needs to do as well as avoid. I would certainly additionally slowly retreat from your buddy because he's revealed you his real colors. Truthfully, when she learns you all knew and no one claimed a word, she's going to feel a great deal of things and none proficient at all, and she'll be embarrassed as hell. An opportunity be made with the close friend group completely. I do assume a person requirements to state something to her, otherwise the people entailed then your friend group requires to tell her and allow her understand you're there and that you really did not know what to do. The other buddy will certainly be mad, however he must have claimed something. I honestly believe the best method to do it is inform the BF and the woman they require to tell her in X amount of days, or the friend team is mosting likely to, due to the fact that they place you all in this situation and it's not fair to anybody, specifically the sweetheart, and see if they do the ideal point. Otherwise after that let her recognize delicately. Hope this assists. Not to be discourteous, seriously. But damn, I got so shed in that buddy's mutual friends partners on Friendsgiving stuff without any names that I just could not follow clearly. I'll simply assume you understand someone that was cheated on. Sincerity is the best policy, as well as if you respect someone you'll let them know by providing the truth and also power to make their own decision. Inform her. And get new pals. You currently recognize that if you were in the very same placement as the cheater's GF, none of your so-called close friends would be keeping an eye out for you. They are ethically insolvent and you can never trust them once more. Inform the woman he ripped off with. She needs to step up as well as confess to the girlfriend, or you will do it for her, and if you do it, it will be a lot worse than if she has a possibility to pick words the sweetheart hears. Then I would look for some brand new pals. If everyone recognized and didn't hold them responsible, they aren't great close friends of the sweetheart as well as trap basic. Yuck. Your pal group has plenty of undependable individuals. You now recognize that if somebody were to rip off on you, that nobody would certainly step forward to let you choose for yourself what to do. The poor GF should have the option on whether or not to stay with her dishonesty BF. Every one of you are taking her right to choose, which is not all right. Do the right point and inform her now. It is clear from the discussion you had with your roommate that he isn't going to fess up. Couple that with the truth that it has been 4 months because it took place. No one will certainly step up unless it is you. Does this suck as well as will you lose these good friends? Yes, and also probably, but with buddies like these. You know the rest. Not your apes, not your circus. I'm mostly simply troubled that the gatekeeper as well as structure proprietor simply casually revealing anybody and everyone this tape for no evident reason. Was a crime devoted? Is this tale composed? Consensual sex in between adults shouldn't be this huge of a bargain. Allow your close friends sort it out themselves, and more than happy this does not involve you. First, try to talk with the one who feels so guilty, right into doing the ideal thing to make sure that you're not chatting for her, them. Your best friend really did not inform you. BC, it would seem that either your position is clear on cheating or he really did not trust you to not gossip. Still, sounds like method way too much alcohol, which is not a reason or prop, as well as way excessive depending on general. Being sober has made me see who my true buddies are. Side note. Quit alcohol consumption as well as see who is still calling, texting. Thanks for seeing. Let me know what you assume in the remarks below. Keep in mind to subscribe and also strike the alert bell.